Everything is fake, everything is shit, but only me. I'm the real deal. I'm 100% genuine. Top G. Guys, I was thinking about, Christmas is over. I have been making these videos for the past 1.5 year. Didn't have any spectacular success. I don't have enough subscribers, followers. No one basically listens to me. But it, never mind. You know, and I wondered, what will I say today? And then I was thinking about something that crossed my mind. And I believe that's something that you also somehow feel deep down inside. Somehow lately, maybe in the past, maybe 5 years, especially after COVID and that shit, everything feels a little bit off. Everything feels like something changed. It's not the same. The feel, the smell, the way that it used to be. You know, take for example Christmas. Every year, at least for the last 4 or 5 years, Christmas is not the Christmas that it used to be. Something is off. People are like they are fed up with everything, like they give up on everything. Like we all know that Christmas is all about shopping, consuming, spending money, but where is that old feel? You know, when the whole family came together around some fireplace on warm, outside was snowing. We put some Legos on somewhere, I don't know, on the bed or on the floor, and we were laughing, we were playing cards or assembling those Legos or something like that. And we were not, I would say, overwhelmed with everything. It just felt right. It was somehow different. And today, like everything is fake, everything is off, every, everybody and everything is lying to you all the time. The only thing that they want is to get money from you, to demotivate you, to push you down even further, to be deep in this rabbit hole, to do all those things day after day after day, to be in this matrix. And listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of different information that is available today, I believe that people are somehow waking up. Maybe they are not doing anything specifically or they are not taking action. I believe that more and more people are getting somehow aware that everything is fake, everything is rigged, everything is set up in advance by some people who are in power that are manipulating with our feelings, with our actions, in order to give them money, to give them power, so they are living better. At the end of the day, we little people, we are not living better. We were, let's say, dancing to the tunes, to the music that those people were playing, and somehow we are now waking up. And we understand that the game is rigged, that no one cares about anything, about anybody anymore. Everything is dull, everything is off. And who is to blame? Why is it like this? And I was thinking maybe the reason lies in this, let's say, liberalization of information or the press or something like that. I don't know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, in the past, you had three main sources of information. You have radio, you have news, newspapers, and you had TV. And the one who are in control of those information streams, they are the masters. Those people are the ones who are in power because they are feeding you with information that they want you to think about. And let's be honest, who today, especially from the newest generation, this Gen Z, the Gen Ys, or I don't know which generation, who is looking at the TV, at the news? You know, back in the days, I know that we all assembled in front of the TV every day at 7:15 or 7:30 in the evening, and we had to listen to the news because it was the only way to know what was going on. At least the things that they want us to know. But nevertheless, it was the only way to know what is going on in the world. But all of those information we know now. We are certain, 100% certain, that all of this information is rigged, it's manipulated, and they're manipulating us and our behavior to get us to do what they want. And who today is watching TV? Maybe the old folks, but the new generations, they're not looking TV. They're not watching TV, the news. They're not. What's the last time that you saw some young man, maybe in his 20s, in, I don't know, in a local cafe, just reading the newspapers? Impossible. Impossible. It will not happen ever again. And they are panicking. They are frustrated, those people who are in charge of the media. They are frustrated because they don't have the leverage. They don't have the power anymore. Because the information now is free, the internet is free, and when someone gives you some kind of information, you always can get additional information or some other perspective on the same information, I don't know, from 2, 3, 5, 10 different angles from people who actually know what they are talking about, who are, I don't know, specialists, who are experts in the fields, and you will listen to them rather than listen to some politicians who are all corrupted. And we know that all politicians are corrupted. We know that the system and the game is rigged. We know that the media is corrupted. We know that the whole system is fucking corrupted. And when you have this kind of system, when no one believes anyone, anything, then you start to become your own master. You start to think with your own head, with different pieces of information. You consume the information that you want. So I'm only consuming, I don't know, podcasts and so on that I want, and I listen to only specific people that I want to listen to. You know, I'm selective about the information that I take. Plus, I'm looking with my own two eyes and own two ears, listening around, listening the world, and make my own decisions and my own conclusions and decisions based on those conclusions. So I believe after COVID, especially because we somehow were enclosed, lockdown, it was a lockdown, and all the information, it had to come to us through different kinds of media, especially through internet. And then it exploded. People realized everything is fake. The COVID is fake. The vaccine shots, everything is corrupted. Everything, the wars, everything is set. Everything is rigged, and nothing makes sense. You shouldn't be listening to people just because they are saying this is like this or this is like that. You should do your own research. You should listen. You should think with your head. And more people are doing like just that. And you know what happens? It's liberating on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's frustrating because you realize that you have been lied for the past 30 years. Someone was lying to you. Someone was lying to you about how the world is functioning, what is school, what is money, how you can be rich, or what you should do in order to have a good life. Everything is a fucking lie. And you know what's the problem? You now start to question everything. Everything. Your parents, your friends, your religion, everything. You start to wonder, you scientist, whether or not who is lying also. And where is this fine line between what's truth or and what's not, what's a lie? And as we progress with this AI, with more and more this liberalization of the information, and you can get information whenever you want freely on the internet, these lies, they come to the surface. They're naked. And people who are in power, they are panicking. What happens if we find out that the religion is fake? Or at least some part of that. Maybe some part of it are true, maybe some part of that are not true. What happens then? Then you don't have the power. You cannot, I don't know, enforce someone to obey you, obey your commands and so on. That's the problem. Then you don't have the leverage anymore over those people. And then you have a total collapse of the society, because I think it will happen, because it's all based on bunch of lies, and people will wake up. Someone is still sleeping, but more and more of us, like me, are online, are talking about this shit, talking about waking up, talking about that everything is rigged, set up. And I believe that in the future, in I know, in maybe 10, 15 years, no one will believe anything. No one will believe to any politicians, to any religion, because it will not make sense. Because people will start asking questions. Why? Why? Give me real proof that this is true, that I will be better, that I will have more, that my life will be better, and so on. Don't you will say to me, I have to go to school. No, it's bullshit. Bullshit. It's a rigged system designed to produce workers, not entrepreneurs and people who will have something more. So, Christmas is over, and I heard a lot of people saying it doesn't feel the same anymore. This is not the Christmas that I remember. And I have the same feeling also. Do you have the same feeling? Because, you know, back in those old days, we were preparing for Christmas, we were cleaning the house, we were preparing for the Christmas Eve, we were setting up the Christmas tree, baking cookies, cakes, and so on. Went to church and blah 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 blah. And today we are working, finding out that everything is a lie. The time is passing more rapidly, more quickly, because we are constantly bombarded with more and more information. And before you know it, the whole month passed. Christmas came and it fly by in an instant. You didn't have even the time to prepare yourself to be in that mood, this Christmas mood. It's over. It's over. It's not here anymore. So you didn't have the chance to be and to put yourself in that Christmas mood. And it's already over. And the Christmas will not be the same. The Christmas will not be the same. Looking Home Alone will not make it more Christmassy. Maybe it's the dawn of new era. It's the dawn of something completely new of some new society. What do you think, guys? Do you think that everything is fake, everything is dull, and something feels really, really off in the world? Write in the comments. Bye, guys.